Hi, this is Michael London of the Branson Update magazine. Today is November the 20th, Sunday, and we're going to be taking a look at the explorebranson.com official marketing site of the Chamber of Commerce slash CVB in Branson, Missouri. Specifically, we're going to be taking a quick look at the New Year's Eve promotion. This page was just posted on the 14th of November, which puts it about 6 weeks out in front of New Year's. While it's recognized that people on average create their travel plans about 8 to 9 weeks out on average. So therefore, by not posting this information until 6 weeks before or 7 weeks before, what we're finding obviously is that we have eliminated almost half of the people, because the average means that half of the people have already done the planning outside the time frame in which this ad came up or this promotion came up. Until then, you would only have been able to find New Year's Eve promotions about last year's New Year's. Now the first question becomes, does this look like a New Year's photo? Obviously, by the dress style and the type of drinks, although there is a sweater, there's no background decorations at all, so that would hardly read as a photo for New Year's Eve. We know that the CVB has some beautiful photography with balloons hanging in the air, ready to drop, etc., but nothing about that photo says New Year's. Nothing about all this spice being here makes the site look particularly professional. This is about ringing in 2017, and first we want to note that there are 5 specific businesses here that are promoted or used to represent New Year's. We want to first draw your attention to these middle 3. What makes this unique or interesting for concerned Branson citizens would be that neither Big Cedar Lodge, nor Top of the Rock, nor the Keeter Center are located within the tax zone of the city of Branson, nor the TCED tourism tax, which means that 3 out of 5 of the venues being used to promote New Year's Eve celebrations are outside the tax zones from where the businesses pay tax to create, that is used to create this particular site. So that's taxation without representation, because certainly those that were paying the tax would not want to see 60%, 3 out of 5 of the venues promoted from outside the tax area. Now, within the site, there are additional problems in the sense that this is a New Year's Eve promotion, but if you go to the page that's linked to it, it has the traditional Chateau on the Lake Resort page, while there is a specific page within the site that talks about New Year's Eve at the Chateau, which would seem to be the more appropriate link. These links also have nothing to do with those are New Year's. There's a springtime shot there, and the Top of the Rock has an early fall shot, and none of these pages have anything to do with New Year's Eve. So that's the biggest problem that we find here. If there was another, it would be, why would you promote one particular show in the bigger way over others? I believe that this ought to be a generic see a show to ring in the new year type text and header, and then allow all of the shows to be on a link. So that's the problem we have today. Now, this particular page is being used, presumably, by the CVB in a variety of different ways, specific to getting people to go directly to this page from the Wide World Web. They do that through social media stories about New Year's, and then the click-through goes directly to this page. In addition, there are ads that can be paid for on the internet. I'm sure you've seen them. You're reading a story about one thing, and there's an ad floating over on your page from something that you may have looked at in the past, like at Branson, Missouri, explorebranson.com site visit in the past, and up will pop a Enjoy New Year's, and this is the page that you would go to. And I want to ask, is that how you think the community ought to be represented visually for New Year's Eve? The other big problem with the entire New Year's Eve promotion is that this page really only resides inside the New Year's Eve, or inside this blog, which would be one of the last things that you would go to. And we can see that, although, they could show up along here in this type of a function, but that would be by random. The other place to find New Year's Eve information would be in the events calendar, and we're going to go there quickly. We don't see any events for New Year's, but they start November 20, so if we went out in time, see there's November 24. If we went to the second page, would we find New Year's stuff? There we are. We finally get December 11. There's New Year's. So December 20, there's New Year's. New Year's Eve celebration, December 31. And this would be the page that actually is the New Year's Eve celebration story about the chateau. And the only other New Year's Eve promotions on the entire site, at least inside the business listings, are this Hughes Brothers show, which as you can see is not connected to anything, and the Hamners, which is a great New Year's Eve show, I'm sure, but none of its photography is about New Year's. It's just about the regular show. So there you have it. Those are the problems that we find within the site. Let's go outside the site for a second and say that you are a Google search fiend and you want to go to New Year's Eve, Branson, Missouri, and up pops explorebranson.com with 4 ways to celebrate New Year's Eve in Branson, and you click that and you will quickly find the main problem is that they're talking about taking in the first fireworks display of 2015. So had somebody actually read this text, they would know immediately that this is not up-to-date information and therefore stop using it, because how do you know whether or not these things are true or not, timely or not, etc.? Well, we know that they're not because Jonah is listed. Jonah left last year. So there you have it. All the problems with finding New Year's Eve in Branson wrapped up into one little video. Thank you very much. It's Michael London. Hoping everybody has a joyous Christmas holidays and a fabulous New Year's.